It wouldn't be a me stream if I wasn't late, even though I had basically everything prepped for this. It's like, I can't think straight, elaborate, but like, what have happened is like it's been following from my entire day. The one time I actually am on reading Twitter, shit like this happened, and it's just I escape, I can go to hell. Oh wait, I've sweared in the first few seconds of the video. Whatever, I'm not monetized anyway, this doesn't matter. Things don't matter. I mean, how long did it go? Yeah, I think I might be just outside of 30 seconds. Because I don't need it more age-restricted videos. It's... Although I didn't age-restrict my second stream. Morning. It's not morning, it's 8 PM. How are you doing? You're probably on the server already. I mean, it's been up for half an hour. Over half an hour. I'm taking my merry time with this stuff. I'm actually good to do this. Yeah. Like, I think it was around 3 PM when I... when I looked at... I was like... waiting for the... orders on... the Vishojo plushies to go live. I mean, they're making a giveaway, but they did say that they would make them live on the 1st of March. But, well, it's pretty far into the 1st of March and there's nothing yet. So I guess they mistyped there. Oh well. Whatever. And I have to just wait till 3rd of March when they end their giveaway, because pretty sure they open then. Normally. Right. But yeah, I was on Twitter for that, and then I saw... just scrolled a few centimeters and then I saw the news. And that's just... it's vile. That just... and I'm like... sure, kind of has to go on. I've already signed up for this event after all, so might as well just drive it. Ah, okay, you're skipping this round because you don't have Donington. I see. It's Donington. You actually were right. Or did I put it wrong on the thumbnail? I mean, I'm notorious for like messing that stuff up, so I do not trust myself about as far as I can throw myself, which, you know, I wasn't particularly athletic in school, so I'm not good at throwing and I'm not good at jumping far, so yeah. Let's load the correct livery up. Nazana. Maybe we need a replacement for that one, but definitely need a kettle livery, I think. I need to, after this race I'm gonna put some planning into motion. Maybe look into that 6-hour race. There's also a 24-hour race. I haven't checked if they collide on the same date. Right. Can we just search for broken? Get the server. I only need the password then to finish this off. What was that? Oh, well, I selected something. In any case, post this and then connect. In this race, you mean him Diaz? Oh yeah, you mean for the Indianapolis, that there's somebody entering with a Maserati there. That's brave. The Maserati really isn't that good at I mean, it's not terrible. I've actually performed really well on that track, but like it's probably the toughest track with the Maserati, the Indianapolis, really, because it's so tough to because you have so many heavy braking zones. Locking up is so easy on that track specifically. Oh no, this exact race, Barford. I don't see Barford entered with a Maserati. I know that one of the AM drivers has entered with a Maserati, but this track isn't particularly much easier, but like Indy isn't easy. You have the massive braking zone in turn 1. That's just a lockup magnet, and then you have the braking zone before oval 1, where you go back off the oval to go for the right left. That braking zone into there, that's pretty tough as well. You can hear the Maserati in the distance. Right, what do I need in terms of pressures? I think 1.3. No, we actually don't think we need that much. 1 psi maybe. I don't think we actually need that much pressure extra. We're probably fine relatively quickly. A bit less toe on the rear. Yeah, it's fun in GT4, it's just difficult with the Maserati. That's my point. I don't doubt it being fun on GT4s. If we're gonna do that, we have to figure out maybe which car we're gonna do it with, because the Maserati definitely isn't enough. Oh yeah, there's Barford as well, I just noticed. Because I only saw Diaz in it, and there's Barford here with it. So, that adds up, right? I mean, what concerns me is that Krejci is a second off the pace. Like, when you have Krejci on the server and he's a second per lap slower, you know something is bad. That guy is fast. Get over there. Because not sure the McLaren is gonna be that great. That's, I mean, it's probably still gonna be pretty decent at Indy.
Car on the right.
Holy smokes! That Porsche came out of nowhere in terms of his speed advantage all of a sudden. Yeah, I need to get. No, I didn't want to flash here. I accidentally hit the flash. And the flash lasts like half an hour. I'm doing right now. Oh great, I missed the working point completely. Right now I CBA going home. So I just found an empty room and turned on the stream. CBA? God, the swimmers with their short hands. Going into an empty room and putting the Gandalf video on. Pretty sure you've seen that meme. From like all the PCs running the meme. Can't be asked. Why is my car so unstable?
Yellow flag is active.
Like, I'm halfway down the straight and I'm getting wheel spin. I'm not used to this. Something doesn't feel right and I'm not keeping up with an Aston. An AM Aston, so this is also not good. There are multiple things that are not adding up quite. I don't like this. Come, what is happening? Why have I absolutely no traction on the rear axle? Yeah, thank you. I had to spam that button like 13 times before it actually actuated once. The least Pognochik is the fastest guy I don't know at all. Oh man, tire pressure's on the rear. I mean, we did have the large slide there at the end, but still a little bit high. Why is this car so unstable? I don't like this. There's no particular reason why it's doing that. Less direct steering. Add more rear wing. Not like I have many options. No, the track is optimum. Track is optimum. The bird's briefing. I mean, I'm expecting to have issues on this track, specifically on a few corners, but not for like the first half of the lap. The first half of the lap should be easy going. The car should basically drive circles around everyone in the first two sectors. Yeah, it's for some reason wants to drive itself around here as I'm heading down the hill here. Hello car, would you kindly actually bite into the road? I know your tires are cold, but like, why? Maybe I need to close the brake ducts up much more than I have already. It's 20 degrees, so it's like, it's really weird. Maybe I'm too used to the McLaren that can't be spun. Driving the McLaren has made me weak. I need to eat some a few more protein bars and then do manly things. Wrestle a ball. And I can fight the Maserati. We can switch on the high beams. I've been running on low beam. Oh, wait a second, I think this thing has the default ARB in the back for some reason. On this setup maybe. Because that could be a massive cause of issues. Because usually I do not run ARB on this car, on the rear. You can't put ARB in the front. The anti-roll you're getting there is what you get. But you can stiffen up the rear by I think at least 1 or 2 clicks. So maybe that's an issue with a bad default set. I've raced here before, but like it's been a hot minute. Time to take some pretty screenshots.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I was thinking for a second, like, how are you gonna do that if you're at uni? But like, then I remembered, oh yeah, you play on a laptop actually. You don't have like a burner laptop like I have. And granted, it is also because that thing is at this point like a few years old. It has about like, I don't know, 3 hours of battery life. And it is doing nothing. And I switched to Linux to like give it a chance to breathe. And 20 seconds F. Things are bad. I mean, I am calling it a burner, but like, we did a few years back spend some money on it. It's not an €600 laptop.
Yellow flag
It
is
needs a laptop. It's a few years old at this point, obviously. Like that's Gen 6 i5 and no dedicated graphics. I mean, you obviously still cut it for like being a laptop. You can still write code on it and it will still compile and stuff. Heck, even my computer graphics exercises still ran on the thing. The bigger trouble was me actually writing the correct code rather than the laptop actually executing it. 37 F. I'm so slow. Although the lack of competition on Saturday was, it's actually Sunday. It was just that's why that lack of competition was so weird, because like I expected to usually go this way, where I have to fight for every single inch, and to have still just be spat in my face for my efforts, because there's always some alien who has like suddenly like 3 seconds faster or some shit, because that's just normal. To be instead the guy who is like suddenly 2 seconds faster than everyone and doesn't understand why everybody's so slow is definitely weird. While also thinking you yourself are going slow. Read something, I'm gonna read it. Second, I'll put Ubuntu on it because that works. I actually do have Ubuntu on my laptop, funnily enough. Although I probably need to just reinstall on that thing because this corner's tricky. Because I'm having issues with like the graphics on that laptop. Like I have massive screen tearing at times for no reason. And also I'm having a very weird problem with SSL errors. I was trying to like do some Python web scraping and it just did not like it whatsoever because it couldn't verify the SSL certificates for some freaking reason, and I went down like a 2-week rabbit hole and came with no answer of what is causing the problem, how to solve it, and how to get around this problem. So yeah, that was just not fun. Although recently I was trying to run a certain application that you really shouldn't talk about on YouTube because it's involving downloading YouTube videos. The infamous one. And that one hasn't had a release in ages. So I tried just downloading the repository and running it that way. Followed the instruction and I got dumped out with an SSL error on my PC. So that's not fun when that happens. Should be in the driver's briefing at this point, I think. Yeah, I had thought of like doing a ramble video of just the insanity that I like go through with this shit, but like obviously never got made or anything. Also, it's a bit behind at this point, but I still have all the bookmarks actually on my laptop. I Don't have my voice set up correctly.
You can. There's no racing in qualifying. Make the space between yourself and the driver ahead. Don't worry about the driver behind. He is responsible for the space between himself and your car. If you have invalidated your lap and need to rejoin, please do so as safely as possible. We take our rejoins very seriously in this league. That means both quality and race. And like I said, you can finish your hot lap if you have started before the timer hits 10 minutes. For the race session, if you get blue flags, just stay predictable. There's no need to step out of the racing line. However, we do ask that you please do not defend the inside line if a lapping driver is trying to commit to the corner. Obviously, no dive bombs are allowed, so we're not meaning like that, but if you are side by side, please let the driver on the inside line get the inside line for the corner if you have a blue flag. Apart from that, just use common sense and stay predictable. It's the most important thing. We do full incident reviews for the first 2 laps in all our leagues. Any incident happening from lap 3 onwards, you will need to report using the incident report form posted on the Discord channel, and you have 24 hours of the race to report if you want anything to be looked at by the stewards. The stewarding decisions may not be done immediately, so we all got jobs and so on and so forth, kids and such. But we do try to publish them at least 24, maybe 2 days before next race, so you are aware of any penalties. Unfortunately, or luckily for us, there is no appealing a decision. So if you get a penalty, that's the final word. There's no really discussing incidents after. We can discuss incidents, but there's no overturning a decision once it has been published. Lap 1 incidents carry double penalty, and all penalties carry over to the next race, meaning that any penalties that apply from the previous race will apply on the starting grid of the next race.
It would be a bad idea
we
to
don't
try.
carry penalties over to next season, so no penalties from season 1 have carried over to season 2.
I do enough swearing to get age restricted.
Every driver is fighting for track position, so silver split drivers do not need to move over for pro split drivers. If you are fighting for track position, that is where you are. Like I said previously, we take our rejoins very seriously in this league, so if you, for whatever reason, be it of your fault or not, found your car off track, make sure that you rejoin as safely as possible. We do not want to see rejoining backwards. We do not want to see any driving backwards and rejoining at weird angles on apexes and so on and so forth. If you need to wait for the grid to pass before you rejoin, that's what you need to do as safely as possible. Voice chat, you are not required to stay in voice chat once the drive briefing is concluded. You are welcome to stay, however. If you do stay, no disrespectful behavior, no discussing incidents, and the text chat in-game is closed to everyone but admins during quali and race. If you need to write anything, do so on Discord. After the race, please do not hit other cars, as some of us are on direct drive wheels, and either perform a full cooldown lap or pull aside safely and use the return to garage. Special notice on the pit entry and pit exit on Donington Park. It is pit entry is quite sharp, so maybe indicate if you are going into the pits, maybe like before final corner, something like that. If you have that mapped easily, if not, maybe use the MFD. But try not to cross, especially if you're fighting close to another driver. Try not to cross directly in front of the nose of the other car. It may come as a bit of a surprise. So try to set up your car at the exit of the final corner so that you can enter the pit as safely as possible. Make sure you engage your pit limiter, either automatic or manually. You will not want to see any stop-goes or drive-through because of pit limit overspeed. And the pit exit is very dangerous actually in Donington, so you get released pretty much on the race line. So the notice, there's not really, we always say don't cross a solid white line. There's really not a solid white line to cross here. It is dotted on the exit. So I will say if you are crossing the start finish line, be very cautious. Have your spotter on to make sure that you give a little bit extra space. And obviously if you're exiting the pits, don't cross across the half the track if you see there is traffic on coming. So give each other enough space so that you can both enter and exit the pits safely. Apart from that, our main rule is always will always be don't cross the solid pit exit line. But like I said, in Donington, this is a special case. So apart from that, enjoy your race. Welcome to BBS, and If you need to do some pit entry practice, you are welcome to do so. Drive briefing is concluded. Good luck, have fun.
So, right, but yeah, I'm just like not taking the chances on this stuff. Not necessary. Right, and it's perfectly understandable. So not talk about this too publicly. I mean, it nearly started me also into an entire rant about new software that just isn't bothering to make releases, because these guys have been working on this project since the last release in 2021. There's been changes and improvements and stuff, but they just haven't released it. And I've had a similar thing where I've like, that's something I... Whoa, why are you so oversteer? I took the ALB out of the back. Didn't notice there was ALB there. Yeah, this thing on cold tires is usually a bit toxic, but I don't remember it being that bad. But okay, fine. But yeah, there's... I've been using a tool that I can't imagine as was looking into PKSM, which is a Pokemon Bank replacement for the 3DS. Which allows you to trade Pokemon freely up and downwards from generation 3 to generation... I think it's 7? Yeah, I think it's 7. The last one is on 3DS.
Clear on the right.
Could you kindly stop trying to pass me like this? I did not hear actually if this is gonna be split qualifying. That's very interesting to figure out. Ah, got a lock. God damn it. Got a slide tire lock at the bottom of the hill. Any tips for altering the default setup of which car? The Maserati? Yeah, I do... What I do is drop the, set the spring rate to the middle setting. I double upshifted.
Car on the right.
The spring setting to the middle setting on all wheels. You wanna... what else do you need to really do? Otherwise, in this case, take the ALB out of the rear immediately. That's a massive problem with this car. Keep the toe on the car. Don't take the toe away on the Maserati. Don't do that. You need the toe on this thing. 1.5 toe is not too much. The aggressive default also here has only 2 wing. I've gone up to 4. More maybe is sensible even still. And obviously brake bias and stuff. Try to not lock up. Which brake bias am I now? About 53%. Keep in mind in qualifying on lower fuel loads, you need a further forwards bias than in race trim with race fuel.
Green light, give it all you can.
So who's rolling out first? Silver. Okay. not us. But yeah, I did increase the front toe out a bit. Oh yeah, I don't have values for my pressures. Yeah, probably go a bit down on the brake power because it's then easier to control. I did reduce the steering ratio to make the car a bit less aggressive. Oh yeah, and stay on brake pad type 2. There's no point in going to type 1. If you haven't to modulate the brake already, you don't need more. Let's take the fuel out of the car because I'm not gonna need actually that much. Yeah, I have some ground to make up myself. He lifted there? I mean, he is on his outlap, but still, that's... Oh, is he actually? Yeah, he is on outlap, okay. That's Diaz. Where's he? I've only like stayed once till like midnight at uni. It's like for reasons like I was like, okay, I'm not heading home. Didn't do something I should have done in time, so I'm just like, no, I have to do this assignment anyway till midnight, so I'm just gonna finish that and then I'm gonna take the train home. And it's like, gets a bit weird. And you're starting to be like one of the only ones. And everybody basically leaves and you like have the janitors walking in other places around. And then when you try to leave, the door's locked. But there's obviously the button that opens the electronic door, so you can still leave. But what was the weirdest thing was the train station actually. That was just... like when you're just used to that train station having like 100 people minimum at any point in time in it, and you're suddenly on the platform and you're the only person. And that train station is underground, so you can hear like the train entering the it's one of the last stations that is underground in that segment, and you can hear like the train entering the tunnel like about 2 minutes before it arrives, and it's just, it's weird. Like that was a bit surreal. And yeah, this is bar for driving. Yeah, that's a missed apex. I mean, you have to understand that train station is more like a subway tunnel. So... still, it's interesting, but like, also weird at the same time. I mean, yeah, what I'm watching here, I'm not paying too much attention, but it's still like, every time I like watch someone and like, I guess the lines, he's taking lines, and like his driving contains driving, things like that, and it's like, And I look at the lap time differences, I'm like, I cannot add up why he's significantly slower or significantly faster than me. And I look at my own lines and I'm like, why is this lap faster, why is this slower? It looks the exact same. Like, occasionally you can spot a mistake, but like, not that much. I think that lap was slower from him. No, it was actually faster, he gained 2/10. My bad. He didn't even lose that much in the middle sector, he lost like a 10th. But he didn't gain that much in the first sector. Probably with the wiggle at the bottom of the... No, actually, this is the end of the first sector here. First sector is really only turn 1. Yeah, he should go a bit further to the right. The apex you can really take a lot of curb. Yeah. But it's obviously difficult to get the car... Oh, he broke way too early. He didn't mess that one up. I mean, I'm slightly concerned in actually beating the fastest... free practice? How fast was I? 36.6. How fast is the fastest silver right now? 36.4. I'm slightly concerned with beating the silvers right now. Not gonna lie. Right now, man. I think I gave you the info with like still a minute or two remaining in practice. He's still doing better than the other. Oh, he has improved, I think, massively just now. This lap here. Yeah, he went a full 6/10 faster this time around. He lost, however, in the last sector quite a bit. He lost like 4/10 there. I need to myself start getting ready here. Feeling a bit, sitting a bit low down. Yeah, I was just sitting wrong on my seat. The thing is, I mean, I've read after the race, the 6 hour, somebody claimed like, oh, that's not good, that's not good. He stayed flat. Good. Yeah, the Maserati can throw some people for a loop because the thing is, to go fast on a GT3 is just grind. While the Maserati you have to drive. And these are the people that like are also caught out if the rain suddenly starts. They can adjust at some point to if the track stabilizes its condition. But while there's a sudden downpour of rain, I just start going way faster than them. But when the conditions stabilize, they have just the edge because they have usually better setups and stuff. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, someone claimed like, oh, you need a good setup of the Maserati, and I said like, no, you don't. There's not enough options really, and you can't really do much with the Maserati in setup wise. You have to do most of it just driving. But he's really improving right now. It's just unfortunate that like it's coming a bit too late. He has one lap here remaining, but I'm not gonna follow it completely. And the other Maserati has actually gone faster than the last time around. What was his advantages? He didn't lose that much time in the middle sector despite the off car. He drives 37 flat in the final sector, 22.3 in the first and 38.3 in the middle. I mean, I could compare it to my time, but I have to also myself get ready now for qualifying. Okay. I mean, I could briefly check my quality practice results. I was 22.2, 37.8 in the middle and 36.6 in the final were my fastest. Funnily enough, I actually set 2 laps with the same first sector. Right.
Low time, stay clear of the curves.
maybe. Yeah, it can be. It's always hard to judge how fast someone is. I mean, it is the case that BBS definitely has some pretty fast drivers. I'm getting very much tonight of a rude wake-up call. Come on. I wouldn't say would be particularly much faster with anything else. Let's be real. It's not. The car is not hurting me here particularly too much. I mean, the BOP probably isn't the most favorable, but like, you can't have only Watkins Glen.
Slow car, man. Yellow flag, be careful there.
You just can't, like, it's broken OP on Watkins Glen, frankly. Ah, we're slowing down. Great. Could we finally get on with it? Let's get on with it. I've never watched actually the Holy Grail. I mean, there's enough movies that I have not watched. I've not read or watched The Funny Wizard, or played The Funny Wizard stories. I've not watched Lord of the Rings. I've actually watched the first half of the first movie. Till I came to the realization it's 5 AM and I should probably sleep. And this thing is gonna continue for another 2 hours, so let's just cut my losses here until good night. And yes, that's what I did last night. I had signed up for something completely else, and then I was like, well, my movie night sounds good. This movie sounds interesting. And then 2 hours later, I looked at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, there's still another 2 hours on the timer. Off. Tire pressures is gonna be a bit difficult because locking up on these hairpins is pretty common, so you mess up your tire pressures completely. What values you need to target. Temperatures look fine, rear tires look fine, but 37.0, so we're not right now exceeding the... We're in the middle of the AM field right now. This is not great at all. Not quite right. Lost a lot of momentum at the bottom. I've read The Hobbit. And read like the first half of The Lord of the Rings. So yeah. Me doing things halfway is kind of a theme at that point. I've like watched half of the 7th episode of Onima. And I've still not come back to actually finishing it. I've actually watched that first half twice now. Oh great, awesome, I just lost all my time on the final corner. Wasn't fast enough anyway. I'm actually slower than
Yellow flag on water.
your friend right now. That's how bad it is. And the Merc has lost it there. There's a slight lock up there. I'm getting into that corner. Ah, come on. Ah, that wasn't a good line. Had to be a lot off throttle. Oh, that was too fast! Come on! Come on, can I get a lap in, please? These aliens are fast enough, I don't need to suffer anymore. This is enough torture to compete against them. I have 2 more laps. Oh, no gains! There's over a 10th in there and I just drove way too slow through the corner. I drove like grandpa through there. Oh! I guarantee this lap is gonna work out because it's just gonna be it's gonna be slow. So I'm gonna be stuck on massive potential, but I'm gonna still finish this lap. There's gonna be just massive amounts of time losses in them, but like, oh, and then it slides. Yeah, it does. It actually has these indicators on the steering wheel there. Those are indicators. And then there's a red lamp over there that indicates lockups. But honestly, you feel it before you actually see it. Oh, come on. Completely seized up the front axle again. Come the frick on. Can I just get a lap, please? Can I get the lap together finally? I mean, there's at least a second worth of gains there. At minimum. No joke, there's so much time in there. If my car actually lets me put it together and doesn't just try to throw me constantly for a loop. Oh man, there was a lot more time suddenly in turn 1 to be fun. Now I'm getting rear locking. I'm getting a bit over rotation into that braking zone, but it's like I can choose of getting front locking or rear locking. And neither is particularly ideal in that situation. The car will be a bit better once we put fuel into it. That's normal for the Maserati. Yeah, better line there. Oh, I bled so much time with the chicane. That was a terrible run through there. Oh, and I broke so early for this. I mean, it was a better line through there, but still. Oh, it's so hard to see the apex at night there. Oh, come on! It bled even more time! Oh, come on! I'm still not in front of the bloody silver grade. This is... Ah, this just didn't wanna work. This was torture. Pure unadulterated torture, this thing. It just refused to do it. I mean, there's at least half a second in that lap. I bled like 3/10 on that chicane. I bled, pretty sure like a 10th or 2 on the first hairpin, and I dropped like 3/10 in the last hairpin. So we're talking about what? Like, yeah, that's about half a second. And that would put me P10. No, P11 technically. Like this is just what annoys me when there's a tight qualifying session, because you just get you get issues like that and you just get screwed over completely. And you can tell quality session goes a write off. Yeah, it did not want to work here for some reason. I could not get it to stop locking up in weird ways, and it's throwing me off track. And oh, it's a 1 hour race actually, not a 45. Huh. I mean, tire pressures were alright. They were a bit high on the back, but that was about it. Considering I had a massive wheel spin out of the final corner, that's also explainable. It's like graining on the rear, right? That doesn't like... I don't like that. How much fuel do I need? I'm too lazy to calculate. Although I do have actually time for it. I don't actually have good fuel values because those are not accurate. That provides me here. Hello. Windows, why are you so broken? Like, you press the calculator button and it opens 15 seconds later, and then it opens like 3 of them because you pressed it like 4 times. Like, it's okay that you take 15 seconds to open, but please hide the start menu that you tell me that it went through the message. Got them Windows 10, like, they don't make them like they used to. Actually, what lap times were we doing? Yeah, the 35, what was Leo doing? I mean, he was going sub 35, but I don't think he's gonna replicate that for the race. I hope so. Not like that matters for me. But it gives us a rough idea of how much... I mean, laps there's gonna be 38 laps. 39, 40 laps for, I think, 1.9 liters I was burning about-ish. At 76 liters, that seems about right. But 80 liters or so, that seems about right. I'm gonna take like 50 at the start and then just I refuel about as much as I need because I have an indicator. I have in my overlay a fuel calculator so I can actually figure that out on the fly. And refueling is not banned. They do demand tire change? Yeah, they didn't demand tire change. So as refueling is not banned, I can just change tires and get a free refuel. Yeah, I mean, even against my best last sector, which had that massive error, I think, in there. It's still like half a second down. That's just insane. It's so goddamn annoying to get screwed over like that. Try everything and it's just like, nope. Yeah, Barford was faster than me. Yeah, I know. Barford was faster than me in the final sector by like 3/10. It was 2/10 slower on the first, and I think in the third he is... How much down on me? 7/10. That was actually, I think, pretty good run through the middle sector there. First middle sector was nailed down. It's just the final sector it started to just completely disassemble itself. First, I was too cautious on the chicane. The hairpin was I mean, the first hairpin was okay-ish, and the second hairpin just wanted to end the lap completely. When you can't trust the car, you can't really push it. That's the problem. And the car is not trustworthy in that section. It just does whatever it wants to. I'm gonna take the toe that I added to the front out of it again. I think that wasn't productive. I've taken one click out of the brake power as well, just to help myself maybe also there a bit. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle fest. After this patch of these two guys in front of me,
30
because
seconds.
I'm not fighting them. They did say, well, you're technically fighting them still for the track positions. Like, yeah. I'm not fighting them really. They don't gain anything from fighting me. I don't either, except that I might want to be in front of them. Well, this might just not be today. I mean,
Going single file.
first it's peeking me. And it's this face. But at least it's screwed me over qualifying already, so I'm not like gonna be surprised when the race goes to absolutely tits up. At least I can't make myself hopes up.
Stay clear of the cars.
Not my best burnout, but a pretty long one. Oh. Mania has suffered a disconnect. That's pretty clear. Well, that's unfortunate. At least I'm not gonna be last in GT4 Pro. Yeah. Which car did you actually go for in the end with this series? For my shoe lap. Yeah, I've moved, by the way, the brake bias maximum rearwards, which is only 49% in the Maserati. Which is actually a problem with this car. If you get heavy rain, you start having issues with front locking on this thing. Because you can't move the brake bias enough rearwards. You get stuck at 49. It can be an absolute struggle fest due to that. But I'm not sure if you're actually now locked in due to the first round running. If you can still change it afterwards. If you've actually signed up, that is. Even if you don't participate, drive in it, you might be counted as DNF'd and get your rating deducted and everything. I mean, I've screwed up my rating just because I've not attended a few races recently. So, brake bias forwards again. That's over 56.8, I think. And not 56.8, 52.8. Sounds about right. But yeah, usually you want to already move the brake bias rearwards for formation laps to heat tires up. But on the Maserati you especially want to do it. Because you can't turn the ABS up to avoid locking the tires up, which I usually do on most cars. Because the last thing you need is putting some flat spots on your pristine tires.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was a bit aggressive from me. God, there's somebody spinning.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Mercs did not have the best of luck here at the start.
Car on the right.
Not on a good angle. God damn it, this guy is coming back on me.
Clear on the right.
Come on, could you just kindly not fight me, please?
Clear on the right.
You're not fighting me for position.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
You're in silver split, could you kindly like not get involved in this fight? Especially because you're not particularly much faster than me in this section here anyway.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
No, you're not getting past me again. Stay behind at this point. Like, just don't fight me at this stage right now. Ah, I missed my apex there. But he's dropped back a bit. Not an immediate threat anymore. He's sending it. Ooh, that was too close.
Car on the right.
God damn it, I had to open my steering because the KTM decided to do a dive bomb of the century. And I get another lock up into this corner. And he's by me again! I mean, at least he has now a point because I can now do rear gunning for him. But I would like to fight these guys in front of you, right? I think I could. If you weren't fighting me for this position. Problem is I can't outbrake him here.
Clear on the right.
Except he messes up the chicane badly. Oh, that was close. That was tight. I nearly punted him there.
Clear on the left.
Oh, brakes, please. Okay, come. Oh, he drives to the back of me. Oh, I engaged my pit limiter. I hit my pit limiter by accident. You cost me so many goddamn positions, you twat. Because you thought it would be a great idea to fight me. And it cost you also positions because you were so stupid to fight me. Come on, it's just stupid, man. You're clearly the fastest guy in the... You're like, bushwhacking in the silver split. Clearly probably should be driving the pro split, and then you don't actually do pro things of just... If you're already doing that, you don't need to prove yourself to pro drivers that you can drive faster than them. Unfortunately, I don't have the full leaderboard on my stream. I only have the partial one that shows positions around me. Come on. Ah, couldn't avoid it. Tried my best. No, you're not doing moves on me. I'm just like not taking the shit. I'm getting here held up. You have to wait your turn. You're gonna get a golden opportunity. I guarantee you that. Because I'm just gonna gift you an opportunity most likely. Just stay behind me and wait for me to make an opening on the car in front. Because I'm gonna force this shit. How the hell am I suddenly like 2/10 down on the first corner? In the exit? I don't know. Some things do not make sense. He's seriously not good with the old hairpin down here. He's constantly overshooting it.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. You're given a warning for exceeding track limits.
Where was the track limit exceeding there? Excuse me, please, game. Ah, and then I get wheel spin when I don't need it. Come on. If you hit me again, I'm just gonna come over to you and strangle you. It's not gonna be funny. They have them. Oh yeah, they don't have the Mustang, they have the Camaro. Thought you said it the wrong way around, but no, they do have the. They do have the Mustang, but they do have the Camaro, but not the Mustang. Yeah, I mean they don't have the Toyota either. Ah, completely botched that corner. Come on, could I stop being cursed to fight this guy constantly? Whenever I go by him, something goes wrong and I end up back behind him. It's not even completely his fault, it's just I get cursed with this shit at times.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And then comes the BMW. Nope, we're not taking.
Slow car ahead. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
They got tangled up again. But yeah, I'm stuck here right now and I'm
Car ahead.
in the middle of that field here. Oh, come on, brakes! Basically, they don't have the cars I want. I mean, it's in part because they neglect the GT4s a bit. I should perhaps pit and get out of this mess here because these people just aren't driving properly. And just constantly trying to hold me up. How the hell did he make up 1.5 seconds for the final few corners there? That's not adding up to me. I'm absolutely not running that correctly. I mean, I have seen the dynamic that on this track I'm significantly faster than most cars through the first 2 sectors and then lose time in the last sector, but I didn't think it would be a second. Undercut of the century. The problem is the Maserati would like fresher tires, so I shouldn't really do it, and I'm currently a bit of clear air, so... And I also want to kind of race them, so... Is this inbound? Is this gonna be inbound? Okay, it is inbound. Brakes, 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 please, please, please. Yeah, I mean, he made up like half. He's actually extended his gap to me over the last lap. Yeah, he went faster the last time around than me. That's a bit frustrating. But it definitely shows this guy's should be driving Pro Split. No questions asked, he's driving the wrong split. Maybe I should try using different brake bursts for these 2 corners. I mean, at least I'm consistent. Lamau by.
Car on the left.
Oh, he's not putting up a fight at all. He's not putting up a fight at all. He's just like, let's just get this over with. Shove sleeve. Oh no, not again! Ah. At least I didn't get a cut track for that. At least these guys were far enough back that I didn't lose a position, but come on. Carl, could you kindly like not screw me over right when it is kind of critical when you're not... It's kind of critical. So... Man, I'm sure I'm sleepy, and the drones, the car engine, the sound effects, the sounds of the room, it's all making me doze off. Oh, come on, brakes! There's enough of a struggle here. I have a bit of a gap right now to make up. So if this room had a nice comfy couch, I would already be asleep. Okay. Man, that doesn't matter for me. I can sleep standing. For me, that is not something that matters. My body doesn't care. If it's sleepy enough, it will just send me sleep. Oh, come on, brakes!
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
These brakes really do not want to work tonight. It's just constant weird lockups that I'm getting here. The car wants to just not make the corners. Such a fight here. Aircraft. We're not making really any ground up to Lichten, which is actually the position we would like to get back. It's the position I had before I got hit. Actually, there were multiple cars that I think I was in front before I got hit. Can definitely take this corner a bit faster than that. I didn't read actually the second half of that message, so it's a bit intense here. Oh, come on. Tires didn't want to grip, and the Alpine is really on my toes right now. Usually I should be gapping him here, but for some reason physics don't want to apply to that car at times. He's probably hot lap, but let's be real. His lack of racecraft, his erratic pace. Yeah, that's pretty good signs of hot lapper. Although he didn't even have an actual attempt there. Really on me. Yeah, the KTM is driving slightly away from me even. I'm barely matching the guy. In the pits, that's gonna open up some opportunities to us, but that's gonna be most likely it. I mean, I'm nearly running up on this guy. I should be considering swapping tires and just getting out of here. Because I'm close to being put in a sandwich here. Ooh, boy, where the hell are you braking? Are you letting me by? I wouldn't do that in your position. No, I can't outbrake you here. But you messed up this corner badly. Gotta pass you here.
Clear on the left.
I'm gonna stay on the inside so you can brake normal. And lock, and then... Alright, that should have worked. Not as good as it can yet, I think. Ooh, objects in your mirror may appear further away than they actually are. Objects in my mirror. I think the Alpine has made it stick. Right, I should be starting to configure my pit stop. I didn't practice the pit entry though, so that's not great, but... I mean, you're likely to get a pit speeding here, but also like... How much fuel do I need to finish? About 25 liters. How are my pressures actually looking? I think they're probably fine-ish. The Alpine is back on my gearbox again. At least in certain corners, he is. Oh, come on! Would you kindly bite? Somehow I'm driving better. The KTM is like, yeah, let me just actually stretch my gap out rather than losing time. Lamo by. God, I hate this. It's just awful when shit like this happens. The amount of wheels that I'm fighting right now. Holy smokes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just recycle the pressures. Although maybe front right actually slightly bump up. I mean, he has the option to just come in and also just do his pit stop already. Get it out of the way. Avoid dealing with me and maybe jump me in the process. Starting to actually get half decent lines through here. I am going slower right now. The KTM crossbow in front. That's just stuck here. I mean, technically I have someone to fight behind, but he's not ready for position. And also, like, honestly, I don't think he would much of a difficulty to defeat if he isn't actively crashing into you. I'm accusing him of doing this intentionally. It's just I wanted to make a joke in this case. Also, I'm not in sleep yet. It's more like it just seems like an intense plan. I don't want to distract fully. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was struggling to read the previous messages already, so. Oh yeah, somebody's in the pits. That's. I think the overall leader is coming to the pits even. In the beginning of that braking zone down here, the car wants to rotate a lot. This brake rest is a bit aggressive. I think he might have also just slowed down. Although he's probably not capable of going much faster than me anyway. KTM is escaping completely me right now. Ah, and then I overshoot this corner completely. Let's just come in. I would have liked to indicate for it, but oh well, we'll not go do that then. Come on, die. Final tire will be now the front right. Right. Oh, it's Krejci's driving a MUQU. I've just noticed that. What's that behind me, actually? Oh, that's Manea in a Porsche. Didn't he have a disconnect? He hasn't done his pit stop, and he's a second behind me, but I thought he had disconnected at the before we even got into the formation lap. Wait a second. I mean, he could have connected back in time to then start off the pit lane. That's possible. Which would... And it doesn't explain how he's done the pit stop already and caught back up to me in that time. Because that wouldn't count as the pit stop to exit the pit lane like that. But yeah, he somehow has a completed pit stop and he's right behind me and he's probably not slow. I'm gonna at least put up a fight with you.
Car on the left.
Oh, come on, brakes. Brakes! And then I overshoot my...
Car on the right.
Ah!
We are at the halfway mark. Still a way to go.
Come on! I could do better than that. That's bullshit. Brakes, why are you letting me down so much tonight? They're so finicky. And yet I'm lapping like 35.5 as the guy behind me. Like, what the hell is happening here? Like, how am I out here with you guys all of a sudden? You might have done an early pitch to stop those two. To repair cars, and that's how they ended up back here. Brakes, please. Was a bit too fast down there. come on, shitbox. Like in the high-speed section I can sort of keep up, but I need to go faster in the high-speed section than that because they are way faster than me in the slow-speed section. I have brake power, it's just they lock. I don't get stopped. I'm lacking stopping power. Mané is very careful with the chicane, although he has faster exits for it. Don't hit me. Oh, there's the KTM out in front of me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Well on the crossover fastest now. Car on the left.
And there's Runsendal coming right out of pits, right into my traffic with me.
Car on the right.
He played his cards right to get alongside me, but I'm gonna just stay flat, borderline, not quite, I slightly lifted. I have someone very intense behind me, and now I have an Alpine in front of me that's not gonna help me at all. Because this guy has not been helpful at all during this entire race. And he messes up that corner. Like, could you please go defensive so I can actually use the normal braking zone?
Car on the left.
Okay, you don't want to. You want to let me by now? Okay, fine.
Clear on the left. Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
He's just still holding up the other guy. I think he did let me die there. Let's drive a bit better down there. Feels like I actually lost a bunch of positions through the pit cycle there. A bunch of people that had been thrown way further backwards have suddenly come back through the pit cycle. You just can't have nice things. A constant case of losing everything. Oh, brakes. Oh, Krejci has the servo driver right now.
Well done, man. This is my universal best.
Yeah, 36 flat right now. The fastest lap time, I think, for all sessions. And Renea is so much quicker than me right now, but we are gaining on the KTM a bit. And those two are gonna run into each other, so we'll maybe be able to profiteer of that. Come on, brakes. I mean, you can't really race I mean, if your uni is like mine, they're gonna have the UDP ports blocked, so you can't actually race online. Well, then I know if... I think ACC doesn't require them, otherwise you can't play. Trackmania can be played with only TCP. Oh, the KTM knows he can't hold them up. So it's like, well, let's let him buy so I'm not gonna lose to that Maserati. I like bitch, I'm coming for you still. Come on, brake, stop blocking so much. And I mean, you're gonna cut your battery life into nothing if you do that. And it depends, if your electro-halls are like mine, you're not gonna get power. You know. Oh, come on, I did get wiggled there. Race servers are blocked, then it's probably they just have a file block of UDP ports, which generally just stops most games from doing anything. Well, it depends with us if you're gonna get batteries. It's like in electro, you don't. You have no electricity, but like in the smaller rooms, you might, just might, depending on the room. And obviously in the pools, you're gonna have electricity, so... Well, the Aston is back, so I don't think I'm really gonna challenge the ATM. Stuck with P30, then I have an Aston. And it's coming for my ass. I have to be more cautious with my rear view mirror. Although I don't think a KTM crossbow is particularly that great in rallycross. And that sound attack is not effective against me. Sound attack does not affect me. It does not lower accuracy. Yeah, all the cars around me are going like a 10th faster than me, thanks. I gladly appreciate that. When you drive pretty well, everyone around me is like, yeah, we'll just go slightly faster than you to mess with you. Thanks. I gladly appreciate when that happens. Oh, come on! Brake bias is too far rearwards for that corner. It wants to spin there when I push the brakes down. No, you're not gonna get led by me. I'm fighting you. You're equal to me. You're not getting led by. This is fight for effectively... Well, it's not quite last place, but like, come on. Might as well make it. Oh, come on! Oversteer on the first part. And that Aston is not pretty aggressive. Obviously, I do have a power advantage.
Car on the left.
Okay,
Clear on the
that's...
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
You tried something there. I gave you the room. That didn't work. You hit him on the wrong spot, Michael. My lines down there are devolving. I'll also be getting the Alpine back into the fight. Yay! Last thing we really needed is getting that Alpine involved with stuff. And these people are all like relatively close to me in pace. It's just they're slightly quicker. All of them. And it's infuriating to deal with that situation. Because you can do nothing about it.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
About to say my brakes were locking, but no, I just about scraped by with it. Right on the edge. He's not trying to send it on that. Come on, brakes.
Car on the left.
And whoa, that was a hefty hit.
Some light damage in the rear of the car. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, you cost us both position here. And you're the second guy to hit me in this race. The second one. But that one was pretty damn hard in comparison to when Rensendal hit me. Despite that it was like mid-corner, you should be way slower at that point than you were. Feels like this MUQU might not be too quick, but it's probably this section of track right now. It's giving me an illusion. Or it's just my feeling of like every other car is escaping within like 2 seconds. Like if they're no, that's the wrong way to phrase it. Every car that goes past me, it gains like 2 seconds and half a lap. So when a car doesn't do that, it feels like they're actually slow.
Warning, brakes hitting.
Yeah, that was a bit on the edge. It seems a bit over the edge, I guess. Oh, brakes! Come on! If you hit me again, I'm not gonna be happy about this. My brakes are really not wanting to work with these two corners right now again. And I've lost so much ground on the MUQU through them. Oh, come on! Why are these brakes so garbage tonight? I'm getting either the fronts to lock and the car to go wide and not stop, or the rears lock and I nearly spin, have to lift off and lose also ground. Like, it just does not want to be in any golden zone. Even if I would adjust it corner by corner, it just would not work. Because it goes in between the mid-braking. Yeah, I'm not making up any ground on the MUQU through on the high-speed section, and he's running away through the slow-speed stuff. Great, awesome, and I missed my braking point. And that's the Aston by.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I missed my braking point once, and now the Aston is also by. This is cancer. This has just been absolutely cancerous. I just cannot get the brakes to function. This is just... I wanted a half-decent race, okay? It wasn't particularly hard what I asked for, and I just... What did I get? Nothing. An absolute shambles of a race. Nothing fun happened here. I've only bled positions. The pace is awful. Just nothing is going my way. Like, come on, I had enough bad luck on Sunday. There was enough bad luck. Didn't need this here. Oh, bro, wait. Ah, one of these guys got a driver. It's the MUQU. MUQU collected a driver. Well, I mean, that's the one way to regain the position, but I would like the Aston behind me again. Because I'm sure I could keep him at bay. He hadn't hit me, and then my car decided to not do its cornering anymore. But I guess we could try catching back up with Runsendahl, who's like 5 seconds up the road now. Because I'm cursed and I'm constantly stuck with that guy. I've not been able to escape him in either direction because, well, I either get hit by someone. And I'm not... That was in track limits! Fuck off, game! That was fully within track limits. Fuck off. That was track limits. But no, it's apparently not. Oh, come on, brakes. What do you want from me? Could you just kindly, like, not lock up every other corner? Thanks.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Now, you don't complain about track limits, you fucking piece of shit. What is going on in front of us? I guess, yeah, that's lap traffic. That's the explanation for what's happening there. Aston is not that much quicker than me through the hairpins here. Oh, but... My car really hates that second hairpin. It just can't stand it whatsoever. Seems like the lapped car is not playing ball, but right now he's not bleeding time due to it. Now it's suddenly playing ball and it's gonna hold me up.
Car on the left.
Thanks for holding me up specifically. You let him by, but like then put yourself precisely in the position to be worse to lap me. For me to lap you. I gladly appreciate that. When you try to get out of the way, but it's just... You made it precisely in a way that just didn't help me whatsoever. And only hurt me. Losing and losing and losing ground, it's just... I would love if I was trading tenths back and forth with him and he wouldn't just like constantly get... Wasn't sure if that was a track cut, but it wasn't apparently. Oh, come on, brakes, please. Yeah, he's like nearly 2 seconds now ahead. It's just... It's F! Like, there's just nothing you can do about it. You're just constantly stuck. Not being able to do anything about your fate.
Falling behind to the car.
Shut up! Just shut up already, please! I don't care, you're not giving me anything that helps me in terms of information. Oh, come on! Stupid car. Bite! And then the Beamer suddenly has the straight line speed all of a sudden to keep up with me. Because he...
Car on the left.
You had to fight me as well.
Left.
Well, really not putting up a fight at all against the other guy. Thanks, I gladly appreciate the fair treatment. The fair and balanced treatment here. I have only 7 minutes to go anyway. If you can't give me a track out for that, I'm gonna be really angry. Brakes, please turn the frick up for this race. Yeah, I'm 3 seconds behind. Come on. I just have to watch him just drive away into the distance because there's nothing I can do about anything. It's great, I love it. Brakes, please. Well, the guy in front of me has still a shot at another position, but I don't, because my car just doesn't want to go faster. And I had to lift there. Now I'm getting massive amounts of oversteer into this corner. And next time it's not gonna be there. It's just not gonna be there. Because this stuff just isn't consistent. This car behaves whatever it wants to. Nothing wants to work tonight. It feels like I'm driving the KTM again. Like the absolutely abusive relationship that I had with the KTM, where that car absolutely abused me and mentally destroyed me. I don't need this. I stopped driving that car for this reason. Oh, thanks, car. I gladly appreciate how you didn't stop. I broke correctly. It just suddenly wanted to refuse stopping. You can show yourself on a better side than this, but you really refuse tonight, and I'm just tired at this point from this. Annoyed, tired. I just need these like small wins in my life, and I'm just not getting this shit. I kept getting only the L's.
Sector 3.
And whenever there's like the silver lining, it's just like there's another L. Slap you down the staircase and ask me why Soap trusted me. I could deliver that well. Soap trusted you. I thought I could too. But why does Makarov know your name? Oh, come on. Silly car. Could you like kindly not have massive oversteer twitches all the time? Thanks. Oh, come on. You absolute crapshoot. It wants to only murder me tonight, this thing. Random oversteer, nothing wants to come together. I mean, I have to have a massive smash for me to gain anything out of it. I'm right now more worried if I can actually make it to the finish line with this thing. It's really just refusing to be driven.
Okay, your leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
How is this losing so much ground? He's already dropped the position and... I guess he probably just had a bad line from whatever he had to do after being passed. I mean, he has been losing ground. I guess there's some irony with KTM finishing in front of me. After I've mentioned my abusive relationship with the KTM crossbow. Yeah, I mean, this is the final lap, and if he's gonna continue bleeding time like that, I'm gonna run short for sure. Nah, he's not really bleeding time, he's just... He might have made a mistake and that's what dropped him like 4 seconds or so.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, he went off! Oh, great, thanks Cal for absolutely ruining this opportunity to get a free position. Thanks Cal for ruining this opportunity, because I would have gotten that position if my car hadn't like screwed me over so much over the last few laps. I would have been in position to get that position for free, but no! I'm just gonna be bullied by the fact that my car just kept not being quite there. And malfunctioning constantly. Oh. You don't need to nail it home! There are enough nails in this coffin, you don't need to add more! He's already dead, you don't need to beat him up more. Beat up more.
Alright, race is over. Good job, mate. Thank you, boss. Bring it back to the pits.
Kindly nobody be in my way, thanks.
Got some severe damage on the front.
Parked. Oh yeah, thanks. Waking up. That's interesting. So someone with money goes to your university. I mean, I'm not lost. I mean, you can definitely argue Krejci had a worse race considering he finished, well, behind me somehow. But he also had a drive-through, so it's like, you know, the guy lost like 20 seconds on the pits, but still finished only like, what is that, 6 seconds behind me? Although that still indicates not a good race. I mean, what was his lap times like? 50. I mean, he wasn't actually much faster than me in the end of the race. In the second half of the race, he was much slower, actually. Granted, I think my laps were also, like, inconsistent. He was lapping, like, low 30s. I mean, I got down to, like, a 36.0, but that was a single lap. Most of the laps are, like, 37s, 36s, and so. But that's still faster, actually, than Krejci the last few laps here. Krejci's laps were on the 37s, 38s there. Oh yeah, sorry, Ethan, he finished 21st. He did beat the other Maserati driver. He did finish 21st overall. Where did he finish in class? That would be silver. Ethan, 5th place in the silver class. I am finishing 14th, obviously, in the Pro Club. So that's fun, I guess. 14th. Yay, I would have personally preferred the cursed 13, but like, nah, just didn't want to happen tonight. One too many people just driving in the back of me and screwing me over. Well, actually, I have automatic replay saving. I don't even need to look at the replay right now. No need to. How tortured were both tire sets that I used here tonight? Tire set 5 has some light graining on the rears. Tire set 4, which is the actual tire set I used at the second set, had also light graining on the rear. And light flat spots front right. It's interesting, because I was definitely running more aggressive rear bias, and like, that still didn't quite work. It just wasn't fun. What is next on the calendar? I mean, the only time I've driven here with the Maserati was with like a smaller grid, less competitive. So when this here was like stupidly competitive, that wasn't fun at all. Where is it? Oh yeah, I could just, I'm doing it the wrong way around. Mount Panorama next. I'm not sure how I'm gonna have any fun there either. And then Kyalami is like, that's not great either. And Solder is like, yeah, that's okay-ish, I guess. Suzuka, okay, now we're talking. I have to wait for round 5 to finally have a track that is like, yeah, I can actually probably mess up with like top 5.
Give it all you can.
Suzuka's top 5 if it doesn't rain like terribly, and even if it rains I can still fight there. But like Mount Panorama, not really. Kyalami, definitely not. Solder, kind of. Yes, yeah, inevitably blap you there. Well, I mean, as long as you don't limp into my path. Remember how Bathurst goes, usually there's just everybody crashes and you have to in the end dodge everyone. And I've been screwed over before, my back marker, so let's not technically back marker, so the front it was a GT3 car. It was a back run on GT3, so I guess that's fun. I mean, we could look at the replay of this torture for a moment before we're wrapping this up here. Before I don't know, go to bed, I guess. Fix my sleep schedule finally. I'm not gonna write any more lines of code. And here, let's The only time I'm gonna in this race go past Lichten. I should have definitely finished honestly in front of him. So what? Would be interesting to see what happens here, because suddenly there's a MUQU going into Nirvana. Oh, he got squished by the Porsche there. And I have a well, the replay stopped, but the plane doesn't give a shit. Coming straight from the underground. The animation was not run through. And then the Porsche just went for the roundhouse trip and took both of them out in one go. It's just first MUQU, second MUQU. Let's dispose of the Untertürkheimer. Zuffenhausen are disposing of Zuffenhausen entsorgt 2 Untertürkheimer. 2023 colorized. Schwaben und Schwaben violence. Right, but that's basically all of that happens. I'm getting pinged on Discord, I'm gonna look at it in a moment. There's him coming back on me. Also, I wanted to make something, actually come to think of it, like this is a design with like different every body part of the car called differently. And there was like a VW Golf in that design back in like I think the 1980s or something. And I wanted to emulate that on the writer engineering for my for whenever I'm memeing around with the writer, but like I've never actually finished that livery. I can load it up later. But he has this design effectively. Harlequin or something. That's design called on that car. I get by him. We're now on lap 2. I didn't think the hit happens on lap 2. But yeah, that was close. The KTM completely misjudged the braking zone here. It nearly KTM's me. Because KTM has absolutely garbage brakes, I have to mention. Like, I have yelled at the brakes of the KTM so much over the years, it's absurd. In part, the brake biases on that car are absolutely stupid. Like, I've turned the ABS off once on the car, and it's like you press the brake pedal a millimeter down, the thing immediately locks the front axle completely. And it's like, okay, I need to move the brake bias like 10% backwards to make this work. It's absurd. That should not happen. That's so broken. And you need to run obviously one ABS, otherwise you can't drive it really. Traction control on that car is okay-ish. You can run it on low setting and it's gonna be fine. Yeah, okay. So he overshoots here. I come back on him. I think this is when I complete the pass cleanly. Or did he hit me mid-corner here? Oh yeah, he just drives in the back of me, doesn't judge that I might need to, like, you know, slow down on the apex to turn the car around. He's gonna be irritated, like, why is he indicating? Like, yeah, because I hit my pit limiter with my right hand. Yeah. And it took me like 5 seconds to realize, hold on, I'm on pit limiter. That's him past me. So now I need to suddenly make up positions here. What else happens at this point? Next one's after my pit stop. Yeah, he had already passed me at this point, and now the first send comes in. Oh yeah, he brakes so much later and nearly hits me there, and that's how he gets shot alongside. I'm going to squeeze down a bit on him, and he tries to switch, and I'm just like, nope, not taking this hit. And then I go wide here. First corner, he is very much alongside. Here is ahead. Not really. He did to slow down the outside line, and then was just off position to really do anything out of there. I get relatively easily past the Alpine here. He had to lift there, couldn't complete the pass. And then goes again for the dive on the hairpin here. Really popular spot for him, it seems. Then squeezes the Alpine, which he's probably not going to be a fan of that. He's not backing out, however, out of that one. It's a bit annoying. Like, come on, these two, you know, please use brakes. Like, that's a bit ironic, actually, on that livery. Please use brakes. I might need to add that to my livery, you know. I still have Nazuna's debut date on the back of my car, because the livery was made prior to her debut. I've been getting good mileage out of it. Oh yeah, he nearly sent the Alpine off there. Okay, and then he had to take a few laps to catch back up to me. As he hits me. Yeah, that's me actually driving off in this case. So the hit must have happened like where yeah, here. Comes from 10 miles away. Yeah, I had missed my apex a bit there, so I was going a bit slower, but like it's still just, come on, dude, you're even going too fast for yourself. Well, the Naznan livery has a bit more background story to it. The reason why I'm using her has a bit more story to it. Although I had already my VTM all that time, but like I wanted to, because I wanted to show some liveries, so I can do that. Right, that's the Phantom Sim Porsche that I drove a few weeks back. Oh yeah, we only have GT4 right now available. Give me a sec. Probably just go into multiplayer. Right, there's this one. And then there's this one. Because this is what I think in April last year I drove for the 4 hours of Barcelona over at SRXP. This is the car I fielded. And I decided... No, that wasn't actually in... That's precisely a year ago, because I just remembered when the event around her happened. Yeah, so I had tried this. I took this car up as a freaking meme. Like, I drove the qualifying session just as a test session effectively, and saw the car was really fast. So I decided, like, hey, I can make a joke about it, like, well, it's the flattest justice by Team Iris car. Because, you know, flat spots and stuff. And well, yeah, I'm gonna inform you about the law now. Because that is HoloLive's, I think generation 3 or 4. Russia. And well, I decided about doing this livery, doing this car entering this car with this meme and like this number, which is her height, and entering all of that, and it's just she gets announced that she graduates the next day. Like, it's just, excuse me, what? Oh yeah, I can switch into this mode. So that happens. I did run the livery. There's something written on the ring. In terms of that, but like, I in the end ended up still going through with it. I've reused the livery once for, yeah, goodbye Russia. And so I ran that, but I didn't really run the car then for a few months, and well, a certain individual then emerged as well, I think you might be able to put 2 and 2 together when you're like, well, here is another pattern individual, Nazana, who's a researcher since July of last year. You might be able to put 2 and 2 together, so it was like, well, might as well put her on delivery again. And I mean, this one actually got finished. The other one was like just half-assed. This is actually something that's pretty decently finished. Right. I mean, I've done other liveries before, but I've not really done too much. Usually when I run cars with my design, it would be like this. I just run pink. So yeah, I have 3 different Maserati liveries. Let me show you flat out. Where else do I have like some fun liveries? The KTM Crossbar, I don't have a custom. That's this one that I've ran for a while. This is the iris colors, just default stuff. This is also more personal, but like nothing loaded into. This is a personal livery because you can't actually colorize the Lexus, so this is me making a personal livery for the Lexus despite that. So that's fun. This is a New Motion Racing livery that I made. I honestly really like this. This looks absolutely so phenomenal. But like, I can't really make complex, nice designs. It has to always be like this flowing, minimalistic design. I can't like paint anything better than that. That's a default thing. That's another default thing with iris colors. That's personal colors with pink. That's also personal colors with. And also I labeled them as Femboy Racing. The personal ones are Femboy Racing. That's also Femboy Racing, but I was trying something else. That old cars with Femboy Racing. Because that's the old Ferrari, that's the new Ferrari, that's the NSX. That's the Huracan. Lexus obviously went through already. 720S. This is not a livery I've made. This is not a livery I've made either. But this one is one that I made. This is one I've made. Well, it's not too difficult to make liveries for ACC. I mean, you have to go through a few steps while you paint cars and GIMP or Photoshop, whatever program you want to use in the end. Nismo livery, stock Porsche, and here I have a few different Porsche. Oh yeah, this is the the Femboy Racing design with just pink and black default stuff. I have obviously the Phantom right now because I ran that recently. It's not by me. This one is a stock livery again with iris colors. This is technically also Team Iris, but that's more kind of Phantom Sim Racing. Weird wacky colors. And this here, I hope I don't get banned, because it's this livery here. On a 911 Porsche. Right, let's remove that before I get in trouble. The writer, as I mentioned, this is the Femboy Racing design, and the VW Harlequin. work in progress, never finished. That's effectively how that one looks. Each panel part being a different color. It's just there's some that I haven't colored in yet because I couldn't decide which color to go with, so it doesn't collide with other parts. The funny thing is, I've had this like entire thing. I've colored, I think back in 2019, on New Year's morning. For R Factor 2, I think it was 2019. I think New Year's morning. The GT3 Challenge DLC had released just around Christmas. And so those cars were fresh out, which included the Porsche, the old Porsche actually, this one. Well, Factor 2, it included the 720S, it included the Audi, I think? Yeah, Audi, I think. Those three, what are the other cars that were included in that DLC? Whatever, there were 5 cars in that bundle. Today they're in the GT3 bundle, doesn't matter. Point is, that car was out. The templates actually for making liveries weren't, but still I just made a texture, slapped Ahegao textures onto it, and it worked. Obviously it worked, but it didn't look as actually good as this one does. This one looks actually way better than the R Factor 2 version. I have a meme actually of me having that livery and even using it. That livery wasn't reused. Loic made a new version of that. Made another Ahegao livery for a Porsche and then entered it into the ELC Road Atlanta race. So we got entered into Road Atlanta with that livery. So yeah, Maserati went for. That was the livery we ran on. It's another Team Iris colors. Another Team Iris colors. Cup car. And an Huracan. Those are the ones that just you click together. I haven't actually made that many liveries for this game. Yeah, I mean over the years I've made quite a few liveries. I have some sort of screenshots laying around of them quickly without having to do hour-long digging for it. I mean, there are some screenshots from my Steam page from some of the liveries I've ran over the years. But I don't think actually that one is in the list. Yeah, that's another Porsche design that wasn't as good. But these here. They have unfortunately never really used, but some liveries that had no rights to being as good as they were. Actually, I should. Come on, come on. Okay, we're heading out anyway. I would have just pulled this stuff up briefly. But yeah, it would be. There's some livery design stuff. This one here from Eurocamp livery. I don't remember what that one was named, but it's a really wholesome one with a vampire. Come on, load. And this is Gridman livery. Things happening. A Zombieland Saga MUQU. That was a livery. Yeah, actually, I did put that one myself together. The base design was something else. That was back in the day when people were still memeing about that Komi-san never gets an anime and stuff like that. Oh, I did actually. I did make another version of the Yaego by slapping it onto a GP3 car. Okay, I did that also with a GP3 car then later on. Oh well. These have nothing in it. That was a design that I made, and that was the LMP design that I effectively repurposed like 15 times with different colors and slightest design changes. These Porsches here are like something else. That's a very nice design. It did get reused a couple of times, but not as much as it should have. They never really ran. It's just unfortunate. Yeah, that's also a delivery I've made. Was just the Turbo Panzer. There's a bunch of obviously Elite Dangerous screenshots in here. I could have eliminated them, but whatever. That was a livery I was effectively forced to make. It's not really nice looking. There's the Turbo Panzer again. More of those. This is again the LP livery, just with a color swap and the nose changed. There's more of those screenshots with that one. That's me just doing antics in the grass. Oh, there's my KTM. That's it. That's still funny. Just casually 71 hours. Not 71 hours, 71 minutes to just lap that circuit. Right. Okay then. That's all that could be shown here. Battle cam, do you want to return or do we just call it a night now? Usually that thing just comes back easily. Okay, tonight it didn't wanna. Oh well. It is what it is. Not fun. Oh yeah, it was still alive. I haven't pressed the end. Ooh. Let me grab my controllers. Right. Okay then. Good night. Bye bye.